Hello, welcome to Post Colonial Space. I'm Masood Raja, and today, on the last day of 2020, I wanted to end this year with a thank you to all of you, and by sharing what we have accomplished in this, the hardest year of at least my life, and what our plans are for the next year. So first of all, thank you all so much for your continuous support throughout the year. Now, when we started this year, we had 650 subscribers, and I had uploaded about 90 videos to the channel. As we close this year, we now have over 7,500 subscribers and more than 420 uploaded videos. Now, yes, I did some of the work for it, but most of it was made possible because of your constant encouragement and your interest in what I do on this channel. Now, think of it this way. When I started recording these videos, primarily the reason was to have materials for my own students to use. And that still, to some extent, drives my work on the channel. But as people like you and so many others from so many different parts of the world started interacting with the materials and started sending me your suggestions, your queries, your questions, so what I created in this year became more than just what my students could use, and became more responsive to your suggestions and your questions. In the process, it enriched my life. So many times people have asked me a question and I have to go and reread materials and prepare myself and learn new things. So in that sense, your presence in my life has absolutely enriched my life intellectually and, of course, socially. Socially, especially because this was a really hard year for all of us. Most of us were isolated. We had to maintain social distancing. We couldn't go and see our friends. So this has been the medium through which we have mostly interacted with each other. And I am delighted and grateful that in this, the most trying years of my life at least, you were there to constantly encourage me and interact with me to keep me grounded and to keep me focused. And I'm really grateful for that. So let us go over as to what we have accomplished, what's available already on the channel. So we have a full list of post-colonial concepts, which are basic concepts important to post-colonial theory, and I'll keep on adding to them. Then we have a series continuing still on Edward Said's Orientalism, and a series on Paulo Freire's The Pedagogy of the Oppressed. The latter I hope to conclude in the next year. But these are the two main series that are developing. Besides this, there are motivational videos, practical videos about how to write a paper, how to come up with a paper topic, how to apply to US universities. So in so many ways, as I prepare materials for this channel, sky is the limit. But these are some of the focused areas that we have developed materials during this year. Also, this was the first year where I was able to consistently offer my Saturday webinars. Most of the times on varied topics, but towards the middle of the year, we started focusing on post-colonial studies, and I actually developed a sort of a course on post-colonialism, and I hope to continue it in the new year as well. But if you have any suggestions to add to it or come up with different topics, of course, you are free to join me and let me know. Now, another development that happened on the channel was that we also enabled memberships, and quite a few of you have actually joined us to support the channel, and I'm deeply grateful to all of you who did that and who are still doing that. Now, post-colonial space kind of now has developed its own ecology, right? So at the center of it, let's say, is the website, postcolonial.net. Then we have the channel, Postcolonialism. Now we also have a podcast, which is called Post Colonial Space. It's available on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, Anchor, pretty much every outlet that carries podcasts. Now what I've done is I've moved quite a lot of my talks from the channel to the podcast so that they're easily downloadable and you can listen to them. And then we now also have a Facebook page where we try to bring all of you together so that we can continue our conversations. So I would really be grateful if you could support each venture and become a part of the post-colonial space family. And that would be deeply gratifying to me personally, but also enriching as a learning experience for all of us. These are some of the things that have happened during this year. So my plans for the new year are, of course, to continue producing talks both on the channel as well as on the podcast about post-colonial studies, to try and finish the Paulo Freire series and work more towards finishing the Orientalism series. But beyond that, I also want to regularly hold open Saturday webinars. And for all of this, the announcements will be, of course, made on the community tab of the channel as well as on the Facebook page, also on the website. These are some of my plans. What I also hope to do is to produce more videos and more lectures about research. That was one of the public requests from so many subscribers to the channel, and see if I can go deeper into the intricacies of research, publication at a micro level as well as at the larger level of publishing books and monographs. So these are some of the things that I have in mind. Beyond this, my hope is that by the end of next year, we would have crossed the most important milestone that I have set up for myself. It's completely arbitrary, that we will have at least 10,000 subscribers. It's just an arbitrary number that I've picked up. But I also do hope that you use the materials for yourself, for your classes, for your students, and help me promote the channel. Now, I have no, illusions. This is a very lo-fi enterprise. All I have is this mic here, this webcam, and I just do a little bit of editing to my content. But despite all these disadvantages, most of my lectures and talks that you watch don't even have the intonation that you see on YouTube. Despite all these disadvantages, so many of you have been kind enough to join me and leave me some really encouraging comments every now and then. So what I hope is to produce more conversations about post-colonialism literary theory, but I would also request that you all should take a few moments every now and then to comment on a video, to leave me a suggestion or two, because the more you interact with the videos, the more they get picked up by the YouTube, and the more people can benefit from them. That's how I guess this whole system works. Also, if you could join us on our Facebook page, that would enable me to stay in touch with you better, but also you will have access to materials coming from other sources, from the website and from the podcast at one place. But I have these plans for the new year, and I hope you all will stay with me through this journey. So that's where I would like to end, but before I go, I hope all of you have successfully gone through this really trying year, and I hope all of you the best in all aspects of your life in 2021, and I hope that we can get over this pandemic and go back to our regular routines with friends and family. Until then, please stay safe, and I wish you all our very best and a wonderful year 2021. Thank you so much, and as always, stay safe and peace and love.